Hello and welcome to Transforming Your Church, a series of segments on how you as church board members can work together to lead your church to become all that God has for it. You know, most churches, the people in the church, kind of have gotten used to each other after a while, and that should be a good thing as long as you're loving each other. But sometimes it helps to have new ideas. And when you go on vacation, you're visiting another church and you notice something they do and you like it, you bring it back and you tell the pastor and he says, that's a good idea. But as a pastor, you're bombarded with all kinds of ideas and you're not really sure how to put it all into practice. Well, let me give you a simple idea that might help you in gathering some of the best ideas and integrating it into the life of your church. It's called Adventist Ambassadors Weekend. I encourage you to pick one weekend each year where you will, as church board members, will pair up 2 by 2, and you will go out on that weekend to visit a Sunday church or a Jewish synagogue or a Muslim prayer room or mosque or a Hindu temple. I know this sounds like heresy, but remember what Ellen White said. She said, at the end of time, we should draw close to ministers of other faiths because many of them will unite in proclaiming the three angels' message at the end of time. And if we're going to draw close to them, when you go out in your visits 2 by 2, you take some literature with you. Most ministers or imams or rabbis or priests of other religions appreciate a book for their library. So you can get the book, The 28 Fundamental Beliefs, Seventh-day Adventists Believe. You can get some other simple literature. And when you go, you visit that congregation, you ask for the person in charge, and you say, I've been visiting here today. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and we welcome you to come visit us. And here's a gift book for your library. At the same time, during your visit, 2 by 2, you're looking around and you're making notes of things and you think, you know, this idea that they did here would be well in harmony with the counsel we've been given through Ellen White in the church. How they welcome their visitors. We can do that at our church. Or how they have a way that people can communicate their interest. We could adapt that for our church. Or how they bring in the Sabbath at that synagogue. We could do something like that sometime at our church. And so you're out collecting ideas on that weekend and you're praying for all of the people in that room. You're praying that those who are truly seeking God will continue to grow in their relationship with God and learn more fully the truths of the Bible. And you're praying that you will be a humble servant of God and that you will keep learning and becoming all that God wants you to be. And then you and your partner will brainstorm ideas and think of something that you can do in your church or who to refer it to in your church so the pastor doesn't get bombarded with 1,000 ideas, but you're going to be referring it there. At your next church board meeting after the Adventist Ambassadors Weekend, you can set aside some time on the board agenda to share some of the best ideas and pass around some of the materials you collected and tell the stories. And some of those stories will be so good, you'll want to put them into your Changed Life feature on Sabbath morning and actually let people tell the congregation what happened and what they learned. You know, this way we can keep learning, but filter it through the counsel we've been given from Ellen White, but keep learning. And let it build up our church. As a church board, discuss this idea of an Adventist Ambassadors Weekend. And I challenge you to put it into practice and set the date for that weekend within the next month and go out and see what God does when the ideas come back and they're integrated to improve and enhance your church.